Hi there, this is the Liza blog. So what's going to be in this blog is a little bit about writing. I'm a budding writer myself, so it'd be really good to kind of get either people's advice, but I'll be giving out a lot of advice for like younger writers and people who don't really know where to start and kind of want to know where, like, I write a lot of comedies, things like that, so it probably wouldn't be very helpful if you wanted to be the next like Chaucer or something like that, but I also have like little tips and things for like getting you started and stuff like that. So I'll also be doing a record of the week, just like general like new music, old music, anything really. It doesn't have to come out this week, but I'll be mentioning it. I also have a ways to pass the time section, which, because I'm constantly just like spending my life on Netflix, wasting my time on that, so productive waste of time I was doing. I'm doing outfit of the week as well. I'm literally a shopaholic, so basically just releasing my addiction to all of you and telling you what clothes you should buy, and you should buy them now. As I'm a writer, obviously I love to read, so I'll also be recommending books to read, my book of the week, things like that, not things that have come out like now again. So yeah, so let's start off with my record of the week. So I have just recently purchased a record player, and well, I say purchased, my parents bought it me for Christmas, but yeah. So I've got one of those, so I've kind of built up like a record addiction which needs to be taken care of every week. So I luckily live in Manchester, which has tons and tons and tons and tons of like old record stores and new ones, and one of my favourite places to go is Piccadilly Records, which is in the Northern Quarter. So this is Piccadilly Records. If you haven't heard of it, it's very good, you should go. It's quite a renowned place to go, so if you hadn't heard of it, then where have you been? So I went there this week. I went out with my friend on Saturday for afternoon tea at Sugar Junction, which is also in the Little Quarter. I'll probably put a picture up like here maybe, of me looking very nice, drinking tea, eating scones. So I really couldn't, I don't have that much money at the moment, but I couldn't help myself. So this is Alone. If you haven't heard Alone, then a kind of like house music mixed with like techno. My mum says it's whale music, so yeah, that's kind of if you really want to know, whale music apparently. But basically he set up a night that I go to a lot called Hoya Hoya, which is at the Roadhouse in Manchester. My next thing is ways to pass the time, or something maybe a bit more wittier I can think of for a name for that section. But this week I've been following like New York Fashion Week, London Fashion Week, and what I found out about was a company called Wool and the Gang, who they've worked with people like Giles Deacon. You'll see Cara Delevingne walking around wearing their stuff. Basically they were set up by two Central St Martin's graduates. If you don't know that, that's like massive arts like uni. It's really, really good. But yeah, it was set up by these two girls, and you see this, Wool and the Gang. It's probably going to be backwards when I actually do it, but Wool and the Gang. They sell bags, gloves, like everything you can imagine that you would want to be knitted, they have knitted. But what's cool about this website, which I really loved, was that each item gives you the option to buy a make your own kit. So you can knit your own. So what I bought this week was a bag it up clutch knit kit, which is fantastic, so much fun. I'd never really knitted before, but they basically online, they have video tutorials, and then you also get this little like leaflet that has like what you need and like step-by-step guide on how to make it. So I bought that, and you get to pick what wool you have. So I picked these wools, which I have started it. I'm not brilliant, but see, and it makes it all really cool like this, and then you have contrast colour. But yeah, so I've started doing that, and believe me, it's literally the most like relaxing, awesome thing to do. It does take a while, so if you're really impatient, I'm really impatient, and I've gone wrong like twice, so I've had to go back and like redo it and stuff. But I mean, once you get it, you get a really cool bag, which I will put a link at the bottom again, so you can have a look on the website. They have, in fact, they're doing this weekend. They're doing a knit along where they're doing, I think it's a little clutch bag, which you can, if you buy the kit, you can buy a kit. I didn't buy a kit, which comes with the wool, it comes with a pattern, you can have it coming with the knitting needles, and it comes with everything that you would need to make it. So if you buy that before this weekend, you can take part in their knit along, which I think is on Sunday. So now it is my outfit of the week, which I am wearing now. That was very unflattering. I am wearing it now, which is this. Like, if you can see, it's a dress. Can't really see that well, but yeah, this is from Cath Kidston's spring summer collection. It's a nice little, it's a jersey dress, so it's like nice and comfortable to wear. It's really light, and it goes quite nicely with my hair, which you can't see very well, but it is, my hair is purple at the ends, and it complements this quite well. But yeah, it's a really nice fit. So it comes in like at the waist there, and it just makes it look nice and thin. But yeah, so this is part one, like one part of their new collection. But I really love it, and I love the print, because going into spring summer it's brighter and it's more colourful. As you can see, I quite like my colours over there. But yeah, so that is my outfit of the week. And if you see my hair, I'm gonna do a whole outfit combo thing. I don't know what that was, but yeah, so my hair is curled like this. I actually saw this tutorial earlier in the week, which is where you take some tinfoil, well, you take a piece of hair and you wrap it around your finger, and then you take the tinfoil and you put a piece of tinfoil over it, so it's like inside the tinfoil, and then you get some straighteners, and then you just clamp the straighteners on it for about 10 seconds, and then you leave, like you do it on every single bit, leave it for about 5 minutes, and you can just pull it out, and it does these awesome curls. I haven't done anything with them afterwards. It's literally just like that, so that's really nice. So that's what I did today. I also dip dyed my hair as well today, if you can see that. Cause obviously I'm not, if you can see my roots, I'm not a natural blonde, so it's Each at the end of my hair has gone really yellowy, so what I tend to do now is dip dye it, and I've just dip dyed it in like a nice purple, which kind of contrasts the yellow and kind of takes it out a bit. So yeah, so I've done that. And my eyes, if you can see, then they are using the Naked 3 palette, which is the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. I'll put everything in the box bit, so you can like see links and stuff, but that's how I've done my eyes. It's really easy to do actually. So yeah. Oh, and the dye that I use for this is Bleach London. It's not bad, this one, because it is quite pastel-y. Some of them are a bit, Bleach London has been known to dye your hair and then you can't get it out, but because this one's quite pastel-y, then it's not bad. Now it's time for my book of the week. One that I'm reading this week is The Broom of the System, which is by David Foster Wallace. If you haven't heard of him, he wrote things like Infinite Jest. He's an American author, very talented. Unfortunately not with us any longer, but he has written several books, so it's definitely worth any read of them. They're a bit weird and a bit complicated, but I love reading things that are a bit out there. This one basically follows the life of this girl called Lenore. It jumps around like her timeline, and it's quite funny. There's some bits that are quite shocking, but I would definitely recommend this book. Definitely. Okay, now it's time for my writing tips section. Any writer, they know how difficult it is to start. Like, sometimes it can be very difficult to even start anything. You have all these various things like floating around in your head, and it's hard to kind of pinpoint something and you're like, yes, I'll write that one. I know I flit around a lot and I go from one thing to the next to everything, and I think this little tip is really good. Basically what I do is I carry around this. I have various different ones, so I have this one, which is one of my favourite ones. If you can see it, shit hot ideas, which obviously all of mine are. And then I have this one. This one's really good. I take this around a lot because it's quite small. I just got it from Marks and Spencer's. It's like really easy to fit in my handbag and everything. But basically anything that comes to mind whilst I'm out and about, I just like stick in and write. It just kind of means that if you do have loads of things going around in your head, you can kind of siphon them and write them down and then go back to them later, because if you haven't written for days and days and then you just go to a piece of paper and just think, oh, I'll just write, it may not work. So to have like these little notes, and it's also quite good for if you see things out and about, or things happen to you during the day, kind of like a diary, except not as like personal. It's not like I went to the park and I saw a dog kind of thing. It's more like you sit down and you see a man or something and he inspires you. You like think of a story behind this man, why he's there and stuff like that. So that I find is really good. So yeah, that's my tip. Get a notepad and carry it around with you at all times. A good writer will always have a notepad on them. Doesn't matter if it hasn't been written in, you will have a notepad. So yeah, I recommend that. So that is my blog for this week. It may change and vary every week, and I may do more than one, but at the moment I'm gonna do one. So all my links to things that I mentioned are going to be down there. So please give me a thumbs up if you like me, and if you didn't, then don't. And please subscribe, because I will be really interesting and you'll like me at some point, maybe. Also, I have a WordPress blog, which is called grammargraffiti.wordpress, blah, blah, blah. So please do go on that. That is just going to have like little stories on it that I've written. Yeah, I might do some more fashiony stuff on it. At the moment I've only got one story on there because I've like deleted a lot of it, but do have a look on it. Well, it'd be really good to have like feedback and stuff. That'd be quite nice. But also it's just kind of sharing things with you, just a little bit of fun. So yeah, so that's that, and tune in next week on probably a Wednesday, maybe, same time. Oh, also follow me. You can follow me on my Twitter and my Instagram, which I'll put down there. There's no point in me saying it. I'll put it in the bit down there. So yeah, so that would be good, and you can keep up to date on fashion and things like that. I just tend to post random things, but yeah. So thank you for joining me, and hopefully I will see you again next week.